Up, everyone? Dr. Caroline Carpenter here, and I want to personally share a little bit about my journey today. Let's talk codependence. So I'm going to share from my life experience. You may know someone who's codependent or who has codependent tendencies. You may have some of them yourself. You may be wondering, what does that mean? Maybe I do, maybe I don't. The simplest way to explain it from my corner of the world is it is that feeling that to keep a connection with someone important in your life, that you must meet their needs first. And prior to meeting your own needs, you have to check and make sure that it will not infringe on meeting their needs. It goes deep. It can be painful. It's hard to explain because it sounds so simple. It's like, well, okay, whatever. Like, that just sounds like a mindful human. Yes, an overly mindful human about everyone but themselves. Now, again, I'm speaking from my experience. There was a time in my life that, I was mentally exhausted because for every new relationship that I formed, I would go through this crazy mental process and I call it crazy because I'm like, man, it was so unnecessary. Like, I didn't even have to do that. I would go through this mental process of, okay, what do I have to do to get them to like me and continue to like me? Not even thinking, do I like them? And let it unfold naturally and organically, right? There's this deep sense of not belonging, unless, for me, it was this deep sense of not belonging unless I was overgiving and hyper attuned to everyone. It's called hypervigilance in the therapy world. I would wake up thinking about what other people thought of me. I would wake up thinking about, it wasn't even what I needed. It was, is this person okay with me? And if there was anything inside of me, and I ran disaster film after disaster film after disaster film, it was part of anxiety. If any part of me could go down a rabbit hole of, oh my gosh, maybe I upset them yesterday or someone yesterday. Insert anyone important in my life, not even a primary relationship. My body would go into panic. And so, in my opinion, this is my opinion from my life experience. I am not a medical doctor. I am a doctor of chiropractic. And I now help people overcome these things that are devastating internally, that don't look devastating externally. And it's this simple, codependence doesn't have any external marker. It's not like a seizure. You don't see it happen and know, oh, something's wrong. It is an internal process of continually abandoning self to get needs met from someone else. Now, this starts very, very early in life. It can even start in the womb. Based on what mom is going through. Because in the womb, the little baby is bathed by all of the hormones, all of the experiences, the programming that's happening to mom is being downloaded into child. And it works like this so that as soon as baby is born, baby has an innate understanding of how to exist in this new world with caregivers. So whatever caregivers were going through, whether there was, functional relationships, dysfunctional relationships, chaos, maybe even narcissistic abuse. I don't know. I'm throwing that out there. That was my situation when I came into the world. I came into a very dysfunctional and toxic family unit. They did the best that they could, but there was narcissistic abuse, not intentionally. By the way, not intentionally. None, in my opinion, most of the time, none of this is intentional. It is learned behavior that's never intentionally changed. And to intentionally change it is no small feat, but it can be done very quickly at the unconscious level. And that's what I do. That is what I help people through. I make those changes with and for people at the unconscious level. So whatever is programmed at that unconscious level from 0 to 7 is what we tend to repeat. And As an adult, I felt like a child. I had all of these. I was smart, right? I was an achiever. I learned to achieve to get my recognition and reward and belonging and feeling good enough. And as soon as there was nothing to achieve anymore, I felt not good enough immediately, because that was my coping mechanism to get attention and feel like I belonged and like I was important to my caregivers. So it's a very complex situation. Internal family systems helps explain some of this. And the problem I went through was, it didn't matter how much I learned or how much I consciously addressed these things. I continued to run into the same cycles over and over again, with money, with relationships, with my health. I was also born into a family where there was alcoholism. So that laundry list of the adult child of alcoholics, both laundry lists applied to me at different times in life. So there was just this, it was like I fit into every category where something could go wrong. I was the disorganized attachment style, which is the worst of all worlds. I fit the mold for the adult child of alcoholics. I fit the mold for codependency. I fit the mold for all the things in every category of stuff that needed to be healed in the therapy world. And until I did the work, the deep, deep work at the unconscious level and the quantum field, I continued to run into this stuff and experience the health problems, migraines, my body just didn't want to work, all sorts of digestive issues, relationship problems left and right. I found the same problems I thought I got away from in my childhood. They're resolved now, but it took a lot of reprogramming at the unconscious level and cleaning out the programming that no longer fit. So, codependency was on my heart today because I see it in a lot of beautiful, magnificent women, and the shame and the guilt associated with it is, it's heavy, and it doesn't have to be like that, and it doesn't have to continue to be like that. And I felt that shame and that guilt because I was in an adult body and felt like a child that could not make adult decisions. And even when I knew I needed to make adult decisions, it felt like death to do so. So I see you, I understand you, I get you, I was there. It doesn't have to stay that way. If I can do it, anyone can do it. It is possible. It is possible. If this spoke to you, subscribe, like, share with friends. Let me know if this spoke to you in the comments. Reach out to me if you want to have a conversation. This is what I help soul-aligned women overcome and address. And it's beautiful when it turns from codependency to, now how do I achieve those dreams that I never thought were possible because I deal with this all day long. So I love you all. I have so many cool things coming down the pipeline. Got a couple new events coming in, money and relationships and health. I will keep you posted. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, Dr. Caroline Carpenter, and love you all.